long time. You're really well known around Coffs Harbour. Did you play any footy?
Yeah, mate, yeah, I played for about 30 years. Done a lot of rep football throughout the years. Currently the Group 2 president, current Rugby League delegate.
Yeah.
And just love me footy.
Okay, mate, so you've become involved with the Coffs Harbour Comets. How long have you been with them, mate?
I was involved with them for over 30 years, but now I don't have much to do with them because I'm the group president, and there's a lot of new people coming in to the club and doing a good job, and I've moved on to looking after the group and working with country Rugby League.
Okay, mate, getting back to the Group 2 situation, we always play these players up here in Norwood Rivers Regional Rugby League and Group 1, former Group 1 side. They've gone back to the original status of the Group 2 stuff, mate. That's a strong competition down there. How do you see it? What do you see what the future holds for Group 2?
Oh, mate, it's the same with any other group throughout country New South Wales. All groups have stronger years than others, and we've maintained a reasonable strong years over the last 10 years anyhow, and with Grafton and South Grafton coming into our competition just made it a little bit stronger, and it's been pretty successful.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, I think you found it a little bit stronger now with the inclusion of these two sides up here, South Grafton and Grafton. South Grafton last week, some good learned persons tell me that they destructed down there and played some dirty football, and that's not what we want to see in the group at all, mate.
The things that happened last weekend were just like spur of the moment things. It wasn't throughout the whole game. It was just towards the end of the game where they were getting tired and frustrated, and there's a couple of fights exploded. But we have things in protocol with judiciaries and everything, and if they play up, they get sent off and they get dealt with.
Okay, mate, it's great that you come up to Grafton today, mate. Did you come up for any special reason?
Mate, I like to go around. I get around to all the games throughout the year, and watch all different clubs, and I love coming up here, especially with the derby between Coffs and Goats. It's always a good game, and it's always tough, and it's good rugby league. Yeah, mate, they've got a big following in Coffs Harbour, always have. Their crowds followed them up today. Beautiful day for footy, nice afternoon at McGurran Park, and they've been witness to a good first half from the Coffs boys. Yeah, I mean, both sides have been playing well, but just little mistakes have crept into each side, and that's give the opportunity for the opposition to put points on the board. But this second half's going to be who controls that ball early and gets that early lead, and I think whoever does that can come away and win this game. Okay, mate, just on Wollgooga back in the competition, good to see. Oh, it's great, they're looking good. They've done a magnificent job, their new committee down there. They've got 4 sides in the competition, and their first grade, I watched them last week, and they're pretty competitive. They're going to be a pretty good side coming into the semi-final time. I think they'll be there, and they'll shake a few sides around. Yeah,
great to have them back, mate. The buys and that was caused from not being in there, and that was a hassle to a lot of blokes. Now they're back in there, that's sort of balanced out all right. Good to see them back. The Group 2s look strong, mate. Grafton, it's great to see our two sides up here, Grafton and South Grafton, to be able to come down there and compete in that competition strongly like that.
It's really good for them too. It cuts their travel time, where before they used to have to travel all the way to Tweed and their travel time's only an hour down to any games in the southern area, and it's proven that it's easier on their supporters and their families to go down and be able to still get home at a reasonable hour, and they've shown since they've been in the competition, both clubs, how strong they are. They've both won premierships, and they'll continue to win premierships. They've got a good football background here in this Grafton area, and people love their footy up here, and it's really good to see, and we're proud to have them in our competition, and hope we continue and keep everybody happy with them.
Okay, mate, outstanding. That's mate. So the future for Group 2 looks strong. It's good. It's good that you're at the helm of it, mate.
We are strong at the moment because we've got a really good sponsorship in Tui's, and we've just signed up for another 5 years. So that's a big bonus to us, having someone that we know we've got for 5 years. With Tui's coming on board again. They've been our sponsor now for quite a while, and now they've accepted another 5-year deal with us. So that's a big backing for the whole group and for all the clubs to know that we have got that type of sponsorship. We've worked hard with Tui's, and things are paying off, and I think the clubs are recording good sales with their Tui's, and if you don't have them sponsors, you don't have a successful comp, and we've got a great sponsorship with them, and I think we're pretty strong in our group, and I know there's other groups and areas in the area who'd love to have the sponsorship we've got, but and that's why we try to keep it and keep them happy and sell Tuis.
Okay, mate. Well, we're up to round 4. How have you seen this year's first couple of rounds? Are you looking like it's going to be a good future this year?
Like it's been a funny start of the year. We've had a couple of games and then we had a break, and now we're back into it again. So, over the next month or so, I'll sort out some sides and see where they are and players back and everything before we have that break in the June long weekend. So by that time, sides will have to have everything set up in their clubs and all their players where they want them, and to get ready for the last part of the round before we start heading towards the semi-finals. So, it's been a bit of a different start with Easter in it this year and a little break. So, from here on, the next 4 weeks will be a big telling factor for all clubs. See where they stand and what they got in this competition.
Okay, mate. Anyone you want to especially mention?
No, mate.
Any sponsors or anything you want to get?
We've got, as I said, Tuis is a great sponsor. We've got other sponsors in the hotel group. They're a big help to Group 2. They've got pubs throughout the area in Grafton, Woolwolga, Coffs Harbour, Caramba. They're great support behind this, and NBN Television, they've been terrific to us with the ads on TV they put. Very hard work, and just a thank you to all our guys on our board that work week in, week out. People don't understand what we have to do through the week, and when we have problems and what we've got to sort out, and follow rules, and sometimes they're broken and sides pay the consequence. But all the clubs are getting their stuff together now, and we'll cruise on for the rest of the year.
Well, congratulations, mate, on getting Tuis as a sponsor, mate. A great company, a great sponsor. They used to sponsor the Group 1 Rugby League years ago. I worked at Tuis over here at Grafton for 9 years. Had a good time over there. It's good to see him back in sponsorship mode with the Group 2. Mate, it's been my pleasure having you up here at half-time and having a yarn to you. It's good to meet you, and I wish you all the best for the rest of the year. And Coffs Harbour this afternoon are putting on a good, strong show there, mate.
No, it's good, and I hope all the followers get on here and watch this game later on and enjoy the day.
Okay, mate. Thanks for coming up, Warren. Pleased to meet you, mate. Warren Gilkinson, everybody, president of the Group 2 Rugby League competition. It was great to have him up here at half-time and have a bit of a yarn to him, find out what's going on in the group. He's happy with the way things are going in Group 2. They've got a good sponsor too, he's on board. They've got NBN Television behind them, the group side. So with the inclusion of the South Grafton side and the Grafton Ghost side, it's a strong comp now, and he's happy with the way things are going, Kev. Warren Gilkinson happy with the way Group 2 is.